Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and shout out to Troy C, cause we got a great big convoy rocking through the night. Oh, we got a great big convoy, ain't she a beautiful sight? Here's the deal, folks. Massive media blackout on what is actually taking place on planet Earth via the truckers. And that's when we've got our nice little Metallica hat on. I don't want to even say the name of the album because that right there might be interpreted as some kind of cyberbullying threat in this COVID-19 84 era. And we're going to be showing you a few things that should alarm people, but at the same time makes my human heart beat. It says yes. It says, yes, enough is enough is enough. And they can gaslight us on everything and censor us on everything. And that's what they're currently trying to do. When I say they, it is a consortium of people at the top via the predator class trying to control their great narrative on behalf of a fourth industrial revolution. A great reset agenda that is repackaged globalism and New World Order propaganda all the way. Because I got news for everybody. They won on the Track Trace Database Society. What do I mean? It's already in place. Now they're getting you to accept it. When I was watching the Tuckster last night, he had one of these truckers on that was representing the people that are now going to Ottawa. Now, he was not currently in the convoy, and we're going to be showing you some convoy videos for sure. But what he discussed was something that we're going to focus on here amongst many other things. Okay? Many other things. And thumbs it up, subscribe, and share if you're new to the channel. But when I say the track trace database system is in place, we found out on Christmas that they tracked 33 million phones during the lockdowns in Canada. And believe me, they did a lot more than that. A lot more. So when this guest gets on there, he's already got his key to slavery pass, right? That's all these things are. You could call it whatever you want. Your green pass, you shove it up your ass pass, I don't care. Your QR slave code pass. And when he gets up to the station, you know, and by the way, there's always been way stations and border stations and certain places where truck drivers check in or rest, right? Okay. He goes to hand him his card to scan it in. He goes, no, I don't even need it. He's like, what do you mean? Well, the machine already read it on the way up. So he's not even up at the booth yet. He hasn't taken his card out. But we've got the Track Trace Database Society in play. 5G isn't about your phone, folks. It's about automation, robotization, and much, much more. So we got a great big convoy. We're going to show you the lies of Trudeu and the cowardice of Trudeu. He's not going to meet with these people. He's going to go cower. He's going to go isolate. Well, I got news for you, brah. We're not going to stand for it. This is the line in the sand. So we'll see where this goes. Because is Canada going to really take out the fangs now? Are they going to show force against their own citizens who are not a fringe minority? That's really the big question and the next move. All right? So before we get into all the stories, guys, this is what I need you to do. If you are new to the channel, thumbs it up, thumbs it up, thumbs it up. Anyway, subscribe and share. We are heavily censored over at YouTube. Again, at any time they could and do take my channel, I pray to God we do not get the channel taken for showing you truckers, okay, going against their government. We will be giving 000 medical advice to anybody. We will show you how they actually turned off cameras so people could not see how big this fringe convoy was, and much more. That doesn't guarantee we get to stay on YouTube, even though we've been here for 14 plus years. 14 plus years. And remember, I'm harmful content because I deal with quote unquote controversial issues. That's it. That's the big excuse they've given me. And my last couple of strikes have been cyberbullying via the Epstein case. That's where that's why I'm really worried. It's not just about, medical stuff anymore. Doesn't matter how many times I've been proven right? Okay? It's now cyberbullying and harassment in harmful conspiracy theories. So you want to check out The Real Deal, Shade the Motion Picture, Invisible Empire, New World Order, Define, Fabled Enemies, and, of course, Loose Change Final Cut are free right here, right now. We thank Odyssey for backing me up. We do, because if they do take my YouTube channel, at least there is a historical record on there, so you can always go there to check out my stuff. We got the GoFundMe down below. That does help. We're on Getter. But again, all the docs are free, and you can follow me on Twitter as well. I don't get banned there as much. In fact, I've only really had one ban there, but at the same time, they heavily downplay my stuff. I'm scared to even play this clip. I'm scared to even play this clip because of the amount of gaslighting that goes on, all right? Now, Global News can play this clip. The thing is, he says the V word. And I don't want even that in my broadcast here, because that's how crazy things are. So maybe I'll try to mute it as it happens. We're going to see how that goes. It may happen, it may not. But here's Trudeu, or, you know, as I like to call him, Johnny Weaselface. He thinks Trudeau has a weasel face. It's not really like a physical representation. He speaks like a weasel. He acts like a weasel. He's certainly not a man of the people. And, you know, again, now all of a sudden just, I can't meet with anybody. I'm in isolation. Really wanted to meet with these fringe truckers. And by the way, it is a fringe group. We told you so. Because, and here's the thing. It's not like they're not looking at these feeds via the government and recording them and using their track trace database technology. They just don't want the public to see. See, this is this is the technology we talk about, right? How it's benign. How is it being used? So they'll still use their CCTV cameras to track, trace, and database all of these truckers that are going against the grain and coming in, right? They'll use that, but then they won't let you see it, because that would give you confidence to speak up and stand up and say, I'm a human being, and no government tells me how I'm going to live my life. Okay, especially in the respect to some kind of tyrannical authoritarian dictate. Weird. So again, I'm a little nervous about it, but we're gonna keep on trucking, right, on this convoy, and we're gonna play this guy.
It's important to underline that close to 90% of truckers in this country are vaccinated, like close to 90% of Canadians. Over the past many months and years now, Canadians have stepped up to protect each other, to protect our frontline workers, to protect our elders, to protect our young people, to protect people like truckers who are putting food on our grocery store shelves. Can't
even say grocery, even stumbled there. I mean, don't get me wrong. He speaks 1,000 times better than Joe Poopy Pants Biden does. You know, Zombie J himself. But I mean, that's the other joke. Well, I'm sitting here, you know, pointing out this guy. Our guy is a huge joke. At least this guy, you know, it was groomed for this. Was ready to go, is young, can really put like that Joker-esque Johnny Weaselface spin on it. I mean, our guy's like drooling on himself, you know, saying, stupid son of a bitch. I mean,
Canadians have stepped up to do the right thing to protect the freedoms and the rights of Canadians to get back to the things we love to do.
And obviously that's happened after, you know, they've just bent the knee, rolled up the sleeve, and done what they've said. They've gone back to normal, haven't they? For freedom. I mean, the gaslighting is tremendous.
We know the way through this pandemic is by getting everyone vaccinated. And the overwhelming majority, close to 90% of Canadians, have done exactly that. The small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other, who know that following the science and stepping up to protect each other is the best way to continue to ensure our freedoms, our rights, our values.
Yeah, as a society. We see how that's going, all those freedoms they have. That's why, I'm sure. Remember, they told people in media reports the reason the convoy was there because of road conditions. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you joking? Fringe minority, huh? I guess we're going to find out. So, you know, we're doing it, and we're doing it live. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. We just typed in truckers into our Twitter feed, all right? And let's just take a look at, you know, how fringe these people are. This is Canadians gather at dozens of overpasses to greet the convoy. That is some fringe group action right there, huh? See, they're not in the trucks. Oh, wow. Pretty fringe. I mean, go Canada. That looks pretty fringe to me. They hold unacceptable views, according to Mr. Johnny Weaselface. You know, we're gonna just turn this down so we can kind of talk over it, and you can take a look at how fringe this is. Once again, people are out by the hundreds, by the thousands, supporting this. This man is acting like a coward, because he's not a leader. He's another puppet. He's an elevated Andrew Capo Cuomo. That's all. That's all he is, right? And they would have loved to put Mr. Capo Cuomo in that position. In fact, they kind of alluded to it, and when they couldn't run Zombie J at the time, and when he was kind of a joke, that was the distraction, right? Big jokes. And that's what that guy is. He's a big joke, telling you that these people have unacceptable views, telling you and trying to gaslight you into believing, okay, that somehow this is fringe. It's not fringe. Freedom isn't fringe, okay? Freedom of speech isn't fringe. Freedom over your own body is not fringe. Freedom of choice isn't fringe, okay? Does this look fringe to you? Does it? And you know what? You know, you guys can go in and through here. You can guys, and by the way, this was the interview with the gentleman who was talking about this. I would, you know, maybe we'll play it. I don't think man, it's always tough because, you know, Tucker Carlson and Fox News can put up for certain things that I'm not allowed to put up. But in this, again, he discusses how, you know, we're going to play it. We're going to risk it. Let's go.
Benjamin Dichter is a spokesman for the Freedom Convoy. He's going to join it tomorrow, but he joins us now. Mr. Dichter, thanks so much for coming on tonight. Tell us why you're doing this. What's the point of this convoy?
Well, it's simple. I mean, we've seen Canada go from a country of Justin Trudeau's promises of sunny ways into dark authoritarian oppression and control.
Yes.
We want two things. We want to get rid of the vaccine mandates and the passports. And the passports that's a really concerning one. Yesterday, it was my first time ever crossing the border in my truck with my digital passport. And I held my phone up to the border agent to give him the QR code. You know what he said to me? Oh, it's okay, I don't need it. So what do you mean you don't need it? He said, oh, your phone already popped up on my screen and is correlated with your passport. Can you think of that? Can you believe that? So they know everybody who's coming up to the border before they're there, and they're tracking them. Now, maybe it's outlandish, but what's to prevent the government from introducing that across Canada and not limiting it to just borders? And you guys are getting it as well, and you can thank us for it, because apparently, according to our sources within the media and within government, we have some close ties. Apparently, the Trudeau government, the Biden administration had no interest in it. But the Trudeau government lobbied and requested the Biden administration to introduce this. We don't know why. We don't know the terms of the deal. Are they going to be trading intelligence back and forth between Canada and the U.S. tracking cell phones?
Listen, Again, they're trying to get you to accept what they already have in place, which is the track trace database society. This is the next step in total and complete slavery, so they can further automate human behavior as real automation comes in, okay? And tele-everything comes in, and they try to bring in their next phase, because right now we are in the bio-nano era. It's all laid out. We've been talking about it a long time. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to shout out to Dan Dix and Press for Truth, who are in Canada, big time covering it. I want to shout out to all the other independent media that's covering this. I also want to shout out to everybody who's out there doing their thing. And everybody out there needs to post and say, look, what's going on in the rest of the westernized world is unacceptable. It's not just Canada. And what's going on in this country, in places like New York and California, is disturbing and disgusting. It's happening now in Illinois, right across the river. For me, okay? Because they're beholden to Chicago. It's not about a left-right thing. It's about an authoritarian thing and acceptance. Okay? Again, New York can strike down every single one of these mandates in a Supreme Court decision and say they never made them into law, does the right thing, and now all of a sudden that doesn't have standing to an authoritarian appeal. Well, no. No. Not on my watch. I'm going out humanity style. Guys, I love you. I thank you for joining me, and I will see you all on the flip side.